Tonight on DC News Now at 9, pressure's on for TikTok's parent company, forced to sell the app or risk having it shut down.
Get ready with me as I tell you how my friends and I changed our lives.
Coming up, reaction from a local influencer about the potential ban and how likely is it to happen. Verdict in, a driver convicted in a crash that killed 2 Virginia high school students in 2022. The amount of prison time he's facing. Plus, grocery store crackdown, how a new bag policy at Harris Teeter will impact DC shoppers.
My fingers are crossed. It's, one day maybe like Bobby Boyes is still alive.
And cracking open a decades-old Maryland cold case. The search for Bob Boyes reignited more than 5 decades later. Later, archaeologists are digging up history and possibly dessert at Mount Vernon. The incredible find tonight at 9.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan. President Biden signing new legislation today that could ban the popular social media app TikTok. It comes as part of a larger security package. The app has been highly criticized because of its connection to China. Our Mariel Carbone joining us live here in studio tonight. Mariel, this isn't really an immediate ban.
No, it's not. Really what this does is it sets up the possibility for the ban if the company doesn't cut ties with China. Now, the app, it has a major impact here in the U.S., connecting hundreds of millions of users and making some people a lot of money. As one content creator tells me, a ban would be devastating.
Get ready with me as I tell you how my friends and I changed our lives.
For DC-based content creator Macy Myers, her TikTok videos like this one started off as a creative outlet.
Love Valentine's Day.
I just started showcasing what I've been up to, the restaurants I'm loving, just different local shops I'm loving, and it just kind of blew up from there. So
that has been life-changing.
I make a decent amount of money off of TikTok, and it's really helped offset the rising cost of inflation. I have student loans.
So if the app disappears,
devastating for me, honestly.
Wednesday, President Biden signed a new measure into law, giving TikTok's parent company, Beijing-based ByteDance, 9 months to sell the company, or it'll be banned in the U.S. The effort, years in the making, as Congress people like Virginia Senator Mark Warner raising security concerns.
The idea that we would give the Communist Party this much of a propaganda tool, as well as the ability to scrape 170 million Americans' personal data, it is a national security risk.
We have invested billions of dollars to secure your data.
TikTok CEO Shou Chew is defending the company and says he'll be fighting what he calls a First Amendment hit in court.
This is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice.
It seems just out of touch and a waste of time that American lawmakers are worried about this when inflation is at an all-time high. People can't pay their bills.
Now, Chris, as for the timeline here, there's also a 3-month extension that's added if there is a sale in progress. So we're potentially looking at 12 months, a full year, until this could actually go into effect.
Yeah, certainly a big development today coming out of the White House. Mariel Carbone, thank you. Meanwhile, the debate over banning TikTok, certainly nothing new. Former President Donald Trump pushed the issue back in 2020. And one expert tells us ever since then, a lot of content creators have started moving to additional platforms in preparation.
So they post on TikTok, they also post on Instagram. A lot of them are also moving to YouTube, which is a little bit easier to make money off of, or newsletters. They're crossing their fingers that this won't happen, but they are prepared in case it does.
Yeah, she adds influencers can make anywhere from a few $100s to a few $1,000s for sponsored posts. Now to those new developments in Fairfax County. Today, a driver convicted of manslaughter for a crash that killed 2 Oakton High School students in 2022. Our Randy Bass was inside the courtroom as that guilty verdict was read.
Yes, quiet but emotional reactions from both the victim's family and friends and the family and friends who were in the courtroom of the defendant, now convicted, Usman Shahid, the driver. convicted in this tragic case, now facing up to 20 years total in prison, along with some hefty fines after those two involuntary manslaughter convictions were handed down earlier today. Ada Martinez Nolasco and Leanne Yan were killed back in June 2022 when Shahid's car slammed into another vehicle and spun out of control on Blake Lane in Oakton. Prosecutors argued Shahid was driving over 80 miles an hour before that crash. Today, the judge ordering him held behind bars, revoking his bond after 22 months, saying the circumstances around his release changed when that verdict was read, and the prospect of him serving up to 20 years became more real for Shahid. He'll appear before the judge, jury, and victims' families again tomorrow. A third girl was injured in that deadly crash that killed two of her teenage friends, students at Oakton High School. She is expected to testify before the jury and the courts tomorrow and giving a victim impact statement. We're expecting to hear several statements like hers tomorrow morning before the jury officially moves into the sentencing phase in this case. In Fairfax, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, let's get a first check on your forecast. Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. And Janessa, chilly right now, but it's pretty quiet.
Yeah, we do have very quiet conditions across the DMV. It's setting us up for a great Thursday and Friday. What's the trade-off? It's going to be a ton cooler across the entire region. I mean, the 60s are going to be our daytime highs for the next 48 hours across the region. Don't get accustomed to that. I have better conditions. They're headed our way. Wind speeds are going to play an initial factor with that frontal boundary well towards the Chesapeake Bay at this point. That's why we saw winds gusting this afternoon. 65 degrees at the 9 o'clock hour. Really, it is very dry out there, and it will continue to be that way. We're not tracking any rain until going into your early Saturday, potentially for an isolated shower, but everyone should remain pretty much on the dry side throughout your Thursday and Friday. By 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're going to hover into the 60s and really going to see some spots, middle to upper 60s, but really tomorrow with that northwesterly breeze kicking up, it will feel a lot cooler. Chris, very quiet weather pattern. I have that full forecast. It's coming up.
All right, we'll see you then, Janessa. Thanks. All new tonight in the district. Workers want more from Foxtrot. A new class action lawsuit filed today. It demands Foxtrot's parent company pay workers following Tuesday's mass layoffs. The chain announcing suddenly the closing of all locations, including the 10 stores in the DMV. Now workers are demanding the company pay out salaries, bonuses, unused vacation time, and benefits. A warning tonight about fraudsters targeting drivers who use tolls. That's a lot of us, of course. The FBI says reports have been pouring in from multiple states. So here's how it works. The FBI says a con artist will send a victim a text pretending to be from a real toll collection service. Sometimes it's E-ZPass. The fraudster says they have unpaid tolls. They then share a link where the victim can pay a payment. So don't fall for this. The FBI says by clicking the link, you could be putting your important information in the hands of a criminal. Well, tonight, Maryland State Police are holding out hope that a Calvert County boy who disappeared without a trace 55 years ago is still alive. Bob Boys was 10 years old when he last was seen in 1968. He was walking home with his pet deer in Port Republic. The deer came home, but Boys never did. State Police saying today would be Boys' 66th birthday.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children was able to, in age progression, that's what they think the Bobby Boys would look like as of right now. My fingers are crossed. It's, one day maybe like Bobby Boys is still alive and he submits his DNA and there's a hit on that.
Maryland State Police said there have been several leads throughout the years, but none have brought closure to Boys' family. They say someone out there does know something. They're asking anyone with information that could help in the case to come forward. DC News Now is your local election headquarters. We now go to Virginia, where the race for a new lieutenant governor, that is certainly heating up. Yesterday, two high-profile candidates jumped into the field. Richmond Mayor LeVar Stoney, who in a surprise move dropped out of the governor's race, and Virginia State Senator Aaron Rouse. They joined Prince William County School Board Chairman Dr. Babur Latif as the three candidates.
The job of lieutenant governor is about being an advocate, and I'm going to remain a loud advocate for working families who are just looking for a fair shot.
We need a lieutenant governor that won't back down from a fight, that will never back down for a fight, that will stand true on its principles and values.
Our most valuable assets in the Commonwealth are our children. And if we succeed on their behalf, meaning providing them outstanding education and providing them secure health care, they will succeed beyond our wildest imaginations.
Current Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears has yet to announce her intentions, but it is widely believed she will forego another term and instead run for governor. Virginia's upcoming primary will be held June 18th. The first day of in-person voting is Friday, May 3rd, and the deadline to register to vote, that is May 28th. Well, after more than a decade in business, a fixture of D.C.'s Eastern Market neighborhood is closing its doors for good. Italian restaurant and cafe Radici shared the news on Facebook. It cites challenges, including the pandemic, increasing crime, and endless maintenance issues. So if you want to say goodbye, Radici's last day will be April 28th. Social media post does say they'll be looking for a new home, so stay tuned.